had a quick question for Dr. Chafee.
Sure.
So, Dr. Chafee, part of the carnivore diet documentary is to show, just get the real examples from individuals out there, because I think those are so important. Before doing this 24-hour live stream, I had a couple people, well, I had one person send me just sort of their carnivore story, an abbreviated elevator pitch, a couple minutes long. And then it was kind of touching, and it's really important. And it seems like these people, they just really want to get their message out, their story, what happened to them, and how they're doing now. Long story short, I ended up getting, I asked for some more, and the floodgates kind of opened, and we have 2 hours and 11 minutes worth of these. So I'm not going to show you 2 hours and 11 minutes worth, but we've been showing them throughout the night, and some of them are really good. There's one gentleman in particular, really kind of touching story. His name is Jeffrey Prosperis, Coach Prosperis. He's suffering from stage 4 cancer, and he wanted to put a video out. He's doing really well on Carnivore, but he wanted to put a video out to his doctors. And you may not know this, but you're one of his doctors. So I was hoping to share this video with you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here we go. This is Jeff. Hopefully Jeff is watching right now. I think he was watching most of the day. Here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jeff Prosperis, and I'm here to tell my story. I'm making this video in particular for Carrie Mann, who I've been following on social media and YouTube, but for many other doctors, and I'll mention those doctors in just a moment. But I just want to also make this video to help others, because I'm having a lot of success on this journey I'm on. Once again, my name is Jeff Prosperis, and just a little bit of a quick story about myself. I have 2 sons, Peter and Dante, 15 and 13 years old, and I have a beautiful wife that I've been married to for 17 years, Martha. I'm making this video to share my story. My story began my journey having stage 4 cancer, being diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer that has metastasized to the liver, pretty fully covered the liver, on April the 6th, 2022. I then started chemotherapy treatment the end of May 2022. I did 27 rounds of chemotherapy every other week from May of 2022 to the end of May of 2023. Every Wednesday I was doing chemotherapy treatment. First couple rounds of my 27 rounds, I just did chemotherapy. That was May 2022 to about July, end of June, July 2022. I have a very good friend, Dwight Garlow, who I have no problem mentioning, and I'm sure he's okay with me mentioning his name. He introduced me to a lot of things, and diet was the big thing, the carnivore diet. He introduced me to fasting. He introduced me to supplements. He stressed the importance of exercise, even though I've been a high school phys ed teacher for the past 20 years. I was a varsity athlete. I played high-level soccer, basketball, football, rugby, track, everything in high school, in particular university soccer. So I'm here, Carrie Mann, I want to share my story. I also wouldn't mind if you shared what I'm sharing right now with these other doctors that I have followed religiously for the past year and a half. Those doctors are, in particular, Dr. Anthony Chafee, you're one of my favorites, followed by Kendi Berry, Sean Baker, Thomas Seafried, Dr. Mindy Peltz, and there's a few other ones on that list as well, including Dr. Berg, who that was the first video I watched a year and a half ago. Myself and my sons, we follow these doctors. Carrie Mann, we follow you. We watch many videos on a day-to-day basis. I have been granted a chemo break this past summer. So I went from May 2022 to May 2023, 27 rounds of chemo every other week. But I had June, July, and August off of chemo. I'm making this video today on Wednesday, September 13th, 2023, with a chemo bottle attached to me. I just spent the full day chemotherapy at the hospital, went to my naturopath for hypothermia to enhance the chemo. I've been fasting now for a couple days leading up to making this video, and I will fast for another couple days. But in particular, my routines have been the same, adding things, taking a few things away. But the biggest game changer, Carrie, Anthony Shafee, Kendi Berry, Thomas Seyfried, because he's huge on the metabolic treatment, which I believe in. The main thing has been my diet and fasting that has helped with my chemo. I've been a carnivore now for over a year, pretty much the whole time. Just the first couple rounds of chemo, I was still doing the standard American diet. But from about July of 2022 to today, September 13th, 2023, I've been a carnivore. Beef, bacon, and eggs, mostly ribeye steaks, a lot of beef, a lot of hamburgers, ground beef, a lot of eggs, a lot of bacon, a lot of butter. My boys are listening to this. They're helping make this video and they're nodding. A lot of supplements. I'll do other videos on supplements and fasting, but I just wanted to get this out there to Carrie. And all my doctors, all my carnivore doctors, and all my metabolic cancer fighting doctors. I'm having success. From that May to May, I had 5 scans and I had shrinkage every single scan on all the tumors in my liver and the primary tumor in my colon. My primary tumor in my colon went from a CEA number of 187 down to 14 before I took my chemo break, which was pretty amazing. My liver spots all shrank every single scan, and my chemo doctor was shocked that they shrank every single scan. But I know it's from carnivore diet, fasting, and exercise. Those are the main 3 things that I'm contributing it to. My cancer's so far advanced that I have to be on chemo for now. The break was good. It didn't get worse, but I need to be back on it right now, and I'm continuing the carnivore diet and fasting and exercise. The past year and a half, because I'm in the state of ketosis, my energy level's constant. Even right now with the chemo bottle attached to me, it is my downtime, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm sitting here in my bed, future videos, and I don't lie in a bed too often. I'm always coaching sports. I'm not working, but I'm coaching the sports teams as much as I can, helping out as a volunteer. My goal is to hopefully someday get rid of this horrible metabolic disease I have and spread the word, especially as a phys ed teacher. I have a kinesiology degree and I'm a former athlete. I want to spread the word on what carnivore does, what carnivore, fasting, and a ketogenic diet does, a proper ketogenic diet. And I'm going to quote a lot of people, especially Kendi Berry: beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. Oh, the butter girl's another one I follow quite a bit. I think that's about good. Peter's going to give me, how long has the video been, Peter?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. I wanted to keep it less than 10 minutes. Peter and Dante are my sons watching this. Am I missing anything very, very important? I think I covered most of it. Carrie Mann. On September the 16th, myself, my good friend Dwight Garlow, my 2 sons, maybe my wife, we're going to be listening in all day on your live carnivore with all those amazing doctors you're going to be having on there. I know you're setting up for a documentary coming up. I'm making this video very quickly for you because I've been humming and hawing about starting my YouTube channel and getting my message out. This is my first video, and I'm making it for you, Carrie, and all those doctors. So if you can forward it to the doctors, please do so, or please include me maybe on your live Carnivore Day on September 16th coming up. And it would be amazing, really amazing from the bottom of my heart, because I think I'm going through something really horrible right now, but it's a blessing because I'm changing myself. I want to share it with everybody, and if you can make me part of your documentary, I would love that. It would be an absolute privilege and honor. Once again, my name's Jeff the Prosperis. Carrie, please reach out to me and contact me, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
All right. Well, thank you for watching that, Dr. Chafee. I watched a whole bunch of those yesterday. That one was particularly touching, and I hope Jeff was watching. I'm going to shoot him an email here in a second and give him a timestamp just in case he didn't watch for the whole 18 hours that we've been on so far.
Yeah. Well, no, that was really nice, and yeah, thanks for sharing that. And that was amazing to hear his story, and it's so good to hear that he's doing so well. And I think that's just amazing. You should definitely make a YouTube channel. You should definitely document your experience with this, and how you go with it if you want. I mean, it is putting yourself and your family in the public eye, and you're going to get idiots and detractors. The vast majority of people will be very positive. The vast majority of people will be very supportive and very positive, but you're always going to get idiots out there. And so it does sort of open you up to that sort of thing. And I've been dealing with those sorts of people a long time. And so, I'm sort of used to that. And so that doesn't really bother me, but it can be difficult. But if you were able to do that, I think that would help a lot of people. Someone else in your position or in the position that you were in may come across that and go, okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can beat this thing too. So it'd be great to see you and more others get out there and do this. But either way, thank you for sharing your story, and I'm glad you're doing so well, and hopefully it just keeps going. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's in the literature. In 2019, 2020, studies came out showing that being on a ketogenic diet and fasting, just being in ketosis, basically just stop eating carbs and get your insulin down, that improves outcomes for chemo and radiation. And so it sensitizes your cancer cells to chemo and radiation, so it works better, and it protects your normal cells better as well. So you get more action killing the cancer cells, and you get more protection. So it's a big benefit. That's in the literature. That's not a guess, and it's not a guess that cancer cells require hundreds of times the amount of glucose that normal cells do as well. That's something we've known for a century or thereabouts from the work of Professor Warburg. It's called the Warburg Effect, and he's a Nobel Prize winner in medicine and physiology. So that is something that we know. And so good luck with that, and hopefully the good results keep coming.
Awesome. How does that feel, Dr. Chafee? I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing with technology, that you actually you have a patient or someone that you've really helped immensely, so much so that he went out of his way to create a video, and he emailed me a couple times like, please, anything you can do to get this in front of them. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, it is amazing. I mean, that's the thing, you'd have different people doing different things, but you'd have to travel to different states or different countries to go see a particular person doing a particular thing, and you'd only know about them based on their public work and literature and all that sort of stuff. So it was harder for people to find each other and to find information, and that was helpful. It's a double-edged sword, because there's a lot of other crap out there that you find and run into as well. But it is good that people that have sort of seen things differently and seen this literature and these results that sort of differ from the mainstream approach, that you can get that out there. And instead of being just completely like, you have the peer reviewed system, I mean, Seafried has over 150 papers published in the peer reviewed literature. But at the same time, if you do things that are far outside of what people are used to seeing,